Hello and welcome to Yoga Stories with Leanne. I am Leanne and today we're going to be doing a really fun yoga story. So come on to your yoga mats, make yourselves at home. You did it, you chose this video, and for that you should give yourself a big old high five. Begin standing today, so wherever you are, take off your shoes and socks. You don't need them here. Hopefully you're wearing something comfy that you can move around in. We're going to begin with our feet about hip width apart, and we're going to make our arms like spaghetti. So just really relax your arms, and we're just going to go side to side. Bend your knees, make yourself really floppy. We're going to start off silly. We're going to count to 3 here. 1, keep breathing. 2, keep breathing. 3, keep breathing. Put your hands into superhero. Open up your chest, open up your arms, and feel all of your inner radiant, beautiful self. Powerful you, yogi you. You're here, I'm here, we're breathing. Life is awesome. And hold it. Hold this moment. Hop your feet together. 1, 2, 3. Hop, and then apart. We're going to do a few yoga jumping jacks to warm up. Apart, together. Apart, together. Apart, together. Hold it here, and sitting in a chair, breathe in. And stand up and shake it out, going forward. Ha. Breathe in. And ha. One more time. Breathe in your chair pose. And then release everything. Those spaghetti arms. Remember the spaghetti arms, spaghetti neck, spaghetti legs. Make everything really soft and loose. Nothing to hold on to. Roll it all the way up. Inhale, shoulders up, and release everything. Ha! I hope that you're relaxed. I hope that your breath is full, and I hope that you're ready to move and breathe and do some imagining, because it's yoga story time. Let's come on down to our yoga mats. So come on to the side with me so that your legs can be long in front of you on your yoga mat. And we are going to begin sitting up just in this little tiny position. So this is a story about a beautiful apple tree named Annie. So Annie was a beautiful apple tree, and she was not only beautiful, my yoga friends, bring your knees into your chest, but she was also the best apple producer in all the apple orchard. So you're just going to begin by just tucking your nose in towards your knees in a nice little, cute little comfortable ball. You can breathe there as you hold it. Just tuck yourself into a nice little comfortable ball. And straighten your legs. Now Annie, the apple tree, she was always special. Even when she was born, she was special. And her apples, you should know, were not only sweet, but the crunchiest, sweetest apples in the whole apple orchard. We're going to reach down and touch our toes. Just keep your knees nice and bent where it feels comfortable. But also, her apples were rainbow colored. So breathe your arms up, bend your knees, and just roll over towards your toes if you can. And just feel that stretch, one leg at a time, stretching through your back, through your legs. And then just nod your head yes, shake your head no, and roll it all the way back up. So she was always beautiful, even when she was a teeny tiny seed. So we started off in seed pose. This is one way to do it. If you were an apple tree, you would start off as a tiny little seed. So you could be a seed like this, or you could be a seed if you come on down to your yoga mat, like this. In your rock pose or child's pose. Arms can come behind you. Now imagine you were baby Annie, underground, waiting for the sun to shine and call you up, and the rain to make all of your seed wet, and slowly but surely, Annie, just like every single apple seed in the orchard, started to grow. So growing up onto your knees now, I want you to inhale and breathe your arms up and just gently come back into that seed pose. We'll do that a few times and just imagine what it was like to grow up from seed into a baby apple tree. One more time. Seed. So now we're going to grow into Annie, the baby apple tree. Put one leg in front. And this is a nice sort of low lunge position. We're going to call this baby apple tree. So I want your arms to open up, and these are your branches. And I want your heart to shine forward. And I want your breath to be really full. Now just going back and forth a few times to really feel into this low lunge position, or baby apple tree. And opening up through your heart and feel your fingers maybe growing some apples, because Annie the apple tree, even when she was a baby, she had beautiful crisp rainbow apples all over her. And if you shake your fingers a few times, maybe some apples will be falling into the orchard for the kids to come by and eat. So everybody came by and thought, whoa, it's changed legs. What an awesome apple tree Annie is. Even though she's tiny, her apples are still so beautiful, sweet, and crunchy. Open up your tree on this side, look up, feel the sun on your face, shake your apples, and imagine all those crunchy, sweet, beautiful rainbow apples falling into the orchard. Take a deep breath in, bring your hands to your heart, and hold it here. Good. Now we're going to come up to standing, growing into Annie the apple tree as she becomes a beautiful, tall, mature apple tree. So one leg at a time, growing, 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 growing. The tallest, the most incredible tree in the whole apple orchard. There she was. I know that tree pose is one of our favorite yoga poses, so you today may find your expression of your tree in your body. You may be a tree down here with one foot on the ground supporting you, or maybe here below your knee or above your knee, or sometimes it's even fun to practice tree pose with your foot right here, if this feels okay for you. My shirt is just... There we go. This feels okay for me. In my body, every body is different, so please respect your body and your shape and how it is today. And some people find that the most fun part of tree pose is falling out, so if you fall out, get right back up. All right, so here I am. I am pretending to be Annie the apple tree, the tallest, most beautiful apple tree in the orchard, and I hope that you're joining me with all of your rainbow apples all over you, so crunchy and so sweet. And she loved to be an apple tree. She felt so proud, and she felt so happy to be able to help others by feeding them her beautiful fruit. Let's try our Annie the apple tree on the other leg. So releasing your arms, releasing your leg, feeling strong, roots coming out of your other toes. Lift up your foot, either here, or all the way up here, if this feels okay for you as an extra challenge. And open up your arms. And if you want an even bigger challenge, my yoga friends, you can even practice closing your eyes and being Annie the apple tree with closed eyes. Wherever you are, keep breathing and keep smiling and having fun. So everything was perfect for Annie the apple tree. All the other apple trees in the orchard thought that she was pretty awesome too. And of course, all the children and all the families did as well. Let's release our arms. And release our legs and come back into our here in our mountain pose. Well, one day something was different. One springtime, Annie's flowers were not coming out on her in the same way. In the summertime, Annie's apples, fruit was not forming, and in the fall, sure enough, there were no apples on her tree. Now this, of course, made Annie feel terrible. She felt hopeless, she felt useless, she felt that she had no purpose. She didn't know who or what she was without her rainbow apples. She felt awful. We're going to come back onto our hands and knees right now, my yoga friends. to practice some squirrel pose. You're going to lift up one leg. One day, shake it. A squirrel. We can call this squirrel pose. Wiggle your ankles, stretching through your ankles. A squirrel climbed up her bark and told her that she thought she had this beautiful, strong bark. Change legs. The squirrel was very impressed. Lift up that foot as high as you can. Roll your ankles both directions. I feel like I've got something on my foot here. No, I don't. Roll your ankles in both directions. Shake, 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 and come on back down. Tuck your toes under. We're going to lift up our hips into an even bigger squirrel with a fluffier tail. And the squirrels were actually loving Annie's tree. They were running up and down her bark, and they told her, "Whoa, Annie, you are very, very strong. You have such a strong trunk." Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And Annie just didn't really care. Just shrugged her shoulders and thought, but I have no fruit. Then one day, some birds lift up one leg, find your balance, and then open up your leg behind you. Some birds landed on her, a flock of birds in fact, and they noticed how beautiful and long her branches were. Can you really also right now reach out your wings, reach out your foot, and feel yourself getting really long? Look down with a long neck, long arms, long legs. Inhale and release. Try that on the other leg. That'd be a big flock of birds. Imagine yourselves landing on a tree. Landing on a tree, even though it had no apples, it still had long branches. And all of the birds thought that she was pretty cool. So spread your fingers, reach your arms back, reach your foot back, keep balancing, keep breathing, long neck, and lift your legs and arms and release. Come all the way back down to your tummy. We are going to be some snakes and worms slithering under the ground, admiring Annie the apple tree's roots. So breathe in, lift up your heart and lower. Breathe in, lift up your heart. Look over one shoulder, look over the other shoulder, look up at the sky and lower one more time. Breathe in. Hold it here and tell Annie what strong roots you have underground. It gives all of the worms and the snakes a beautiful home to slither around and hide in. And lower it down. Bring yourself back into your seed pose. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And slowly coming back up. Well, all of this gave Annie a chance to think. The squirrel says that I have a strong trunk. The birds say that I have strong branches. And the worms and the snakes say that I have strong roots. Maybe I still have some value after all. Maybe I'm more than just sweet rainbow apples. Let's do our final tree pose. Find your balance on one leg. You might want to try a different version. If you were up here before, maybe you want to try being a tree down here. All that matters is that you have roots, you have a tall trunk, and you have beautiful branches. Maybe try a hand mudra on either side. Open up your heart, breathe, practice closing your eyes. And if you fall out, that's okay. Release your arms, release your legs, find your tree pose on the other side. Strong, proud, beautiful on the inside and on the outside. Tree pose is so much fun, helps us to balance, to focus, and to breathe. And sometimes it's fun to fall right into that pose. Everybody come out of your tree pose, come back to a nice strong standing pose. I want you to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your tummy, and just notice who you are and what you are. You're more than the things that you're good at. You're more than what people can see. You are who you are, and what's on the inside is what counts. And I want you to know that about yourself and to feel proud on the inside for who you are and not what you do. You're amazing. And every time you show up for yoga, I hope you feel that more and more and more. Take your arms out to the side. Breathe your whole beautiful body and breath together up. And slowly let it all out. And take a moment to stand tall and proud. You're amazing. Thanks for doing yoga with me, and we'll do it again soon. Bye for now.